right, so this is another Leetcode easy question, valid parentheses. So it says, given a string S containing parentheses, determine if the input string is valid. So the open brackets must be closed by the same type of brackets, and the open brackets must be closed in the correct order. And they give you some examples, and also have a written solution for this. I have test cases here that I'll just copy. Use those later. So this was my steps or my ideas on how to accomplish this. So we use a stack um, to hold the characters, and so we use a hash map for the parentheses for closing. To hold, like, the keys will be closing parentheses, and the values, or basically the values would be the open parentheses in the hash map. And I'll use a stack to hold the opening parentheses, which I don't think I spelled it. Parentheses, yeah, so that's just one single. So these are my steps. Check if there's a closing character. If it is not a closing character, add it to the stack. It is an opening character. So if there is a closing character and the stack is empty, return false. We need to check if the stack is empty because we have to have a match. So yeah, if there is a closing character and the stack is not empty, use it as a key to the hash map to get the matching opening character. Pop it from the stack and compare it with the value you got from the hash map. If they are not equal, return false. So yeah, those are two steps to determine if it's valid. And then after looping through the array, we can handle two edge cases by checking the size of the stack. If it is not empty, return false, because we didn't. If it's not empty, that means we didn't account for maybe just like one character, or maybe there are two opening characters or something. And so finally, if we get to the end, that means the parentheses is valid. So we'll return true. Okay. So yeah, I'll just code it for you, and I'll leave the link to the written article if you want to read that instead. So first, I'll have I'll make a character array out of the string. So I'll do 2 char array. This is Kotlin. Yeah, so it looks similar to looks similar to Java. And so we'll have a map, and you could do mutable map of. It gives you some convenience things, but you really don't need them for this problem. You could just do hash map. So it'll be a hash map of characters, and then we'll do a stack of characters as well. Now we'll hold the opening parentheses. And so, alright, so then we'll loop through the character array of parentheses. And one thing to note, it only consists of parentheses, so we don't have to check any other characters. So yeah, I'll just do for each. And then so if map contains a key, and it is basically what Kotlin gives you. It's each character, so it will be each character. We can rename it if we want it, but and so if it contains the key, which we didn't actually do that, so let's do that real quick. Oops. And so we'll check if it contains we're checking basically if there's a closing parentheses. That's what this does. So if there is a closing parentheses, we'll check if the stack is empty. The stack is empty, that means there's nothing to compare it to, so we're going to return false in that case. Then we're also going to check that we're going to get that closing character, and we're going to kind of compare it. We're going to pop from the stack, which will be opening character. And if they're not equal, then we'll return false. And then else, so if the map doesn't contain the key, which will be closing character, then we're going to add the opening character to the stack. And then Yeah, and then after we loop through everything, we also want to check if the stack is not empty. So if it's not empty, that means we didn't account for some other characters. Maybe there's two opening characters, two closing characters, or something like that. Yeah, and if we get to all that, that means it is the string of parentheses is valid. And so I'll just run this code. I don't know, it's their basic test cases, but it's just one. And I have my additional test cases I made. So I'll run that, and then I'll submit it. So, yep. And so that was valid parentheses, Leetcode easy question.